Hey guys, Barnyard here from freefaucet.io, and today we're going to look at and explain what happened to Binance yesterday and how hackers managed to steal $40 million worth of Bitcoin from the cryptocurrency exchange Binance. So what actually happened? So basically hackers stole more than 7,000 Bitcoin from crypto exchange Binance, which is the world's largest by volume cryptocurrency exchange. So yesterday, Binance announced that a large-scale security breach was discovered early on May the 7th and found that some hackers were able to steal API keys of users' two-factor authentication codes, and potentially other information that they don't know about, and that is how they stole this money from Binance's hot wallet. So as a result, they were able to withdraw roughly $41 million of Bitcoin from the exchange. 41 million. Now, surprisingly, that is actually only 2% of the exchange's total holdings, and the reason that happened is because the hackers were able to withdraw from the hot wallet on Binance, but they have a cold wallet, which is where they store 98% of their cryptocurrency for security reasons, for this reason exactly. And you might be thinking, wow, $41 million is a lot to be holding in a hot wallet that's connected to the internet, but you have to remember that Binance has millions of users, and some of those users are going to be whales that have a lot of money to trade, and they're going to be wanting to trade, hundreds of thousands of dollars in trades at a time. So that's the reason they had so much in their hot wallet. And it's a real shame that this has happened to them and they've lost so much money in their hot wallet yesterday. So Zhao, who is the CEO of Binance, I think I'm pronouncing that right, said that the hackers had the patience to wait and execute well-prepared actions through multiple seemingly independent accounts at the most opportune time. And the transactions were structured in such a way that they passed our existing security checks. It was unfortunate that we were not able to block this withdrawal before it was executed. So what does that mean? So basically, because these withdrawals are done programmatically and not manually done by a person, there are always going to be exploits that users can do that the programmer who developed these pieces of software didn't think would happen. So if you're familiar with the Bitcoin Core code, you'll know that there are a whole bunch of different ways that you can actually create transactions, and you have a whole bunch of different options when you're structuring the way that your transaction is going to be built. So for example, you can have a transaction that sends some Bitcoin to a lot of users at once in one transaction, or you can have a multiple users sending into one person's wallet. You can have a Bitcoin version of a stealth address, which is basically a slightly more private way of sending Bitcoin. You can choose how many inputs and outputs you want. You can choose your transaction fees, and there's a whole bunch of different things you can do to choose how much cryptocurrency you're sending, how you're sending it, in what way you're sending it, how private you want it to be, etc. So I think what probably has happened, although this is purely speculation, the hacker found a way to exploit Binance's software and send the cryptocurrency in such a way that it wasn't flagged automatically as a crazy transaction that should not be honored. So as they said, the withdrawal did trigger internal alarms after it was executed, but they were not able to block the withdrawal before it was executed. So basically what would have happened is this transaction would have happened and a whole bunch of red flags would have popped up, and probably Dow got an email from the back end saying, oh no, someone's withdrawn heaps of money, and all this unfolded. So while deposits and withdrawals will remain suspended for the next week, trading will be re-enabled, although he cautioned that hackers may still control certain user accounts. So if you're using Binance, now is definitely a great time to get a new two-factor authentication email, and also to change your password as well, because who knows how many accounts have been compromised. If one's been compromised, it's certainly possible that they've all been compromised. So definitely change your password, and also consider getting a different 2FA code if that's possible. So Binance have come out and said that they're going to conduct a thorough security review encompassing all its systems data during the next week. So obviously this is a huge amount of money that they've lost, 2% of all of their Bitcoin. They're going to be spending a lot of money now trying to improve their security so this doesn't happen again. And also this is going to have a really big impact on their coin, Binance Coin, and we have actually seen that Binance Coin has also dropped 8% due to this recent controversy. But not only that, we've actually seen that Bitcoin has dropped a little bit as well, although because we are currently in a bull market, we are seeing it recover, and Bitcoin is doing pretty well still. So even though this is a big shock to the system for Binance and for the cryptocurrency world, it will recover. It's definitely not the biggest hack we've seen. We've seen some, cryptocurrency hacks in the order of hundreds of millions, whereas this one was only 40 million. And because Binance is such a huge exchange, I'm sure they'll recover just fine. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe if you did, because we're going to be doing a lot more videos like this in the future. Leave in the comments as well what you think would have been something that Binance could have done to maybe stop this from happening, or any of your comments that you might have on this recent hack. I would love to hear them. I'd love to hear from you about your comments. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.